Sample estimates are necessary because it is not possible to survey an entire population to measure the exact value of a parameter of interest. Instead, researchers use what is called random sampling. With random sampling, we make our best attempt to draw a sample that is representative of the population. This is easier said than done. One problem we must look out for is sampling bias, sometimes referred to as framing bias. This type of bias occurs when individuals in a population are more likely to be excluded than others. In other words, our random sample is not actually random. Let's take presidential election polling as an example. Imagine we want to know how Americans will be voting in the upcoming presidential election. Contacting all 320 million something Americans and asking them how they will vote is simply impossible. Instead, we'll draw a tiny random sample of Americans and ask them how they'll vote. Drawing a large enough sample will give us a pretty close estimate of the actual voting plans for the entire population. One problem exists, however, which will not show up in any statistic or measure. Our sample may not be truly random. Depending on how we draw our sample, how we contact the people in our sample, or other factors, we might be selecting from a specific subset that does not include all Americans. For example, imagine we contact the people in our sample by calling them. Individuals without phones or those who refuse to answer unknown numbers will now be systematically excluded from our study. Furthermore, some people will simply hang up or refuse to participate in the study because they do not want to divulge their voting plans. After considering this, we realize that our sample will only include people with a phone, people who answer calls from unknown numbers, and people who are willing to participate in phone surveys about presidential elections. There is a possibility that Americans who fit those three criteria are different from the American population as a whole. Hypothetically, imagine Democratic voters are more likely to fit those three criteria than Republican voters. In that case, our sample will consist of a disproportionately high number of Democrats. This could make the poll look like the Democrat candidate is very highly favored, when in reality, we just didn't get a sample that was representative of the nation as a whole. In practice, no estimate made from a random sample will exactly match the population parameter that we're interested in, and we don't need it to. Statistics like the margin of error and the confidence interval describe how far off our estimate might be. In most cases, a good estimate is enough to help us make informed decisions.